We work with a lot of clients coming in from out of state who some have never been here, and I talk to a lot of people through our Facebook group called Living in Greenville SC who are interested in coming to Greenville but have also never been here. And they're always asking, hey Will, what should we do when we make our trip to Greenville? So in this video, I'm going to give you 5 to 10 things that you should seriously consider doing on your first trip to our awesome city. My name is Will Sawyer. I'm a local real estate expert here in Greenville, and it's my hope that this channel provides you more than enough value and information on whether or not you should move to Greenville, South Carolina. And if you do decide to move here, I hope that I can be your realtor of choice. So right now, we're sitting on the edge of the Swamp Rabbit Trail, right, at the Commons in Unity Park. So this is certainly one of the first things that I would do if I were to come to Greenville, is first, go on the Swamp Rabbit Trail. The Swamp Rabbit Trail is a 22-mile trail system that spans from Travelers Rest through downtown Greenville down to Conisty Park. And currently the county is in the process of making trail extensions, which is going to span along Lawrence Road. It's going to go through Gower and Verde. And we will include an interactive trail map just so you can see the map of the trail in the description below. Another thing that I would do if I were coming to Greenville for the very first time is come to Unity Park, where we are. And I would definitely grab a coffee at Methodical, which is just inside here at the Commons. And I would walk around the park. The park is what all the rave in the city is about right now. It's 60 acres. There's kids' playgrounds. There's basketball courts. There's a brewery to my right. And you can see the city right here. So it's a really cool place to hang out and get to know the city a little bit better. So as I mentioned, inside of the Commons here, there's Methodical, and there's a lot of other really good coffee shops in Greenville. Some of my favorites, number one is Methodical Coffee, the #1 coffee roaster in the country. Another great one would be Spill the Beans, which is just outside of Falls Park. And then third would be Cohesive Coffee, which is right beside the downtown airport, just outside of Greenville city limits near Lawrence Road. And I can't forget to mention in the West Village, which is just west of downtown Greenville, one of the most popular coffee shops is the Village Grind. You definitely have to check that place out. Everybody knows this, it's the hallmark of Greenville, but you have to visit Falls Park. That's in the heart of downtown. The Reedy River comes through downtown, and there's a big waterfall that the Liberty Bridge overlooks. So you have to go to Spill the Beans, get you some ice cream, walk outside on the Liberty Bridge and watch the waterfall, and then walk down the Swamp Rabbit Trail, which goes through Falls Park into Cancer Survivors Park, which is also a really neat place to just sit out, hang out. People have picnics in Falls Park and Cancer Survivors Park. I really think you could spend an entire afternoon just in that one part of downtown Greenville. And if you're coming in for the weekend and you're wanting to do some shopping in your downtown, you should definitely check out all of the boutiques that we have here. For instance, Madewell, Main Street, the Pink Bee, also Lulu, and there's the Traveling Chic Boutique. And for the guys, there's Rush Wilson, which is a nicer men's clothing store. There's Orvis as well, and Southern Tide just opened up its doors in Camperdown. And I can't forget to mention Mass General Store, which is downtown on Main Street, as well as for kids, there's O.P. Taylor's, which is a very famous kids store. And certainly, if you have time, be sure to catch a show at one of Greenville's many theaters. There's the Greenville Little Theater, and definitely check out the Peace Center, which is Greenville's most popular theater, and they've hosted Broadway shows like Hamilton, Oz, and they're currently playing 1776. And there's my personal favorite, the Alchemy Improv Comedy Theater, which is in Coffee Underground on Coffee Street, where yours truly has performed on stage. So if you're coming into town to possibly go hiking, there's several places that you can go and check out. Closest to Greenville is probably going to be Conestee State Park, which is just south of town. If you want a little bit more of a strenuous hike, you can go to Table Rock State Park. You could go to Triple Falls in DuPont National Forest in North Carolina, which would be about an hour-and-a-half drive. Or you could go to Caesar's Head, which is about 45 minutes from Greenville. And you also are definitely going to want to check out Rainbow Falls and Turtleback Falls in Gorgeous State Park, which is just over an hour from downtown Greenville as well. If you want to take a little bit longer of a trip, then you can even go to the Smoky Mountains, which are only about 90 miles away from Greenville. But hopefully by now, you're really enjoying your Friday or Saturday in Greenville. And if you're wanting to wind down and get you some cocktails or get you some food, there's no shortage of great cocktail bars and great restaurants downtown Greenville. Some of my favorites for cocktails would be Paloma, which is in Camperdown, Swordfish, which is another fantastic restaurant. The Rabbit Hole in the West Village would be another great place to check out. And if you want to finally get some food for dinner, the Anchorage in the West Village would be great to check out. Camp in Camperdown would be another great place. And if you're in the mood for some tacos, Willie Taco is probably the most popular taco place here in Greenville. And if you're in the mood for a little bit heavier food like some barbecue, I would highly recommend checking out Lewis Barbecue or Moe's Barbecue on Stone Avenue, or our personal favorite, Home Team Barbecue, because they got the best chicken wings in Greenville that you gotta have. And if you can find the time for it in your busy weekend here in Greenville, I would definitely check out a number of the lakes that we have. Some of the smaller lakes that are around Greenville are Lake Robinson and Lake Cunningham. Some of the larger lakes are west of Greenville, and those include Lake Hartwell, Lake Keowee, and Lake Jocassee. And probably of those three larger lakes, the most popular would be Jocassee, so I recommend going early in the morning to Devil's Fork State Park. And there's a beach out there. There's a big mountain view on the other side of the lake of the Blue Ridge Mountains, but you gotta get there early because it does fill up. And in addition to renting a jet ski or renting a boat, you can also rent kayaks, you can picnic. There's tons of stuff to do. So what a lot of people don't realize about downtown Greenville is how easy it is to park. And I'm not just saying necessarily on Main Street, right? But if you park on Main Street, it's free for 2 hours, okay? And pretty much any street in Greenville, if you find a spot, it's gonna be 1 to 2 hours and it's gonna be free. On the weekends, Richardson Street Parking Garage, which is on Richardson Street, right behind Mass General Store off of Main Street, is free for the entire weekend. So you can go there in the morning, park your car, come back at night, never have to pay a single thing. And I've lived here for a number of years. I've never had to pay anything to park on a street in Greenville. I've only ever had to pay if I parked in a garage during the week. So hopefully that gives you plenty of things to check out, to consider doing in your first trip here to Greenville or just a weekend here in Greenville. And again, my name's Will Sawyer. I'm a local real estate expert here in the area. And if you're thinking about moving to Greenville or you're just interested in learning more about the area, please reach out to me directly at my cell phone number, which we will link below, or my email, which we will also link below. And if you consider moving here, I seriously hope to be your realtor of choice. Thanks so much.